Good afternoon, folks. Karen Lombard here. Today I would like to share with you about Mr. B and me. Mr. B is a 16-year-old dog who's lived such a full life up to now. And he has traveled all over, even lived in Alaska, where he had many adventures and traveled through Canada, came back to Nebraska, where he continues to live on. Every now and then he makes a trip down to Florida, puts his feet in the ocean and roll a little in the sand. But Mr. B is Bushman, or Busman as we would say. He has earned that nickname affectionately, and Mr. B stands for be courageous, be brave, be kind. As he speaks to children and narrates his stories, lots of stories of adventure. And in this first book that is available right now, and there are many more to come because obviously he has lots of stories to tell. It's all about character, bringing character to children and have them see what that character counts. We are talking about values and morals as he is instilling the importance of all of that. And as he grows in the books and through his adventures, starting with family and being born into a family with many siblings and all the things that they are challenged with, he continues to grow, and there are so many life lessons. So the book, Mr. B, and it starts being born on a Nebraskan farm, is accompanied by a workbook. And the workbook is really fun too. So it will be an amazing tool even for families to set up together and just sit and work through it together. There's a few children even. Each one could have a journal, or one can just print out all the sheets for each child and they can individually. And some might need a little bit more room for certain things than others, because we're going to start with the first book and they're going to look at their family. They're going to look at their family structure and what their family is about and the important memories about their family and so forth. And I'll just show you here the disc that is available. And this is an example. And also on thumb drive, and then it's available on Kindle, Amazon, and paperback is in the works as well. But this is an ideal way where we can ship it and send it, and we can, within the organization, keep the funds at a point where we can send the money to where it needs to go. All the work that we do right here, and I believe in working right at the back door with projects and causes. And then there are others as well in other countries that I've sought out and really sought out very carefully with children and funding that we are associated with. But also have that door available to ministries and organizations. If you have something that you would love to raise funds with and needs that assistance, and this could be such a valuable tool to families where it could be presented, absolutely connect with us. Would love to partner with you there, and you'll be surprised at the availability there for funding. It's a true blessing. So I'm going to read you a short part in Mr. B. Here, just kind of a little into the story as we start with Mr. B now. He's a little youngster here, just a few weeks old. And he's talking about his mother and his father and his family members and things. And so now he's reflecting back, and he says, remembering, now 15 years later, I'm not such a young pup anymore, but can reflect on a lifetime of love and memories. Our mother was always close and kept a caring eye on us. She would encourage us to be brave, be courageous, and be kind. Don't bite and fight too hard. After all, it's just in the play of the day. She knew we were developing our skills and strengths, and more importantly, character. That counts most of all. Be brave and be kind. Such a sweet soul. It was very important to her that we would be courageous and smart and to be wise. She would say, always be brave and be kind. She added that we need to always remember that there is a golden rule in life. I was very curious and wanted to know right away, Mama, what is this rule of gold? And where is it? And she smiled and looked at me in a gentle way, and she continued to say, Sweetheart, there is a rule they call the golden rule, and more important than anything else, if you only remember this, you would be well, my son. If we treat others the way we would like to be treated, this world would be a better place. That's why you have to be kind, gentle, compassionate and caring, respectful, honest and true. Always tell the truth. Always. She saw the look on my face and giggled a little. Now, I know that is a lot of big, big words, but as long as you always remember the golden rule and think of it with a pure heart, you will choose to do the right. Always. I still wanted to ask her something as I was rolling those words around in my mind, and the next thing I was bowled over. Boom! You guessed it. One of my brothers ran me right off my feet. That was the end of that discussion. That night, though, when I was all good and quiet, when all was good and quiet, and my tummy full, my eyes drawing close, I started to think of the events of that day. I started to remember the golden rule, and off to dreamland I drifted, clouds and all. So that is just a short part of what Mr. B sounds like. And as he continues to tell these stories, and there's going to be such a diversity in it all, and all the other characters that come into play, like somebody you saw sneaking by me here, darling. So it's full of adventure, full of real life things. And then the workbook is really exciting. And in this as well, the kids are challenged to write in a story, because who writes by hand anymore? But we want to see them develop those abilities and reward them for that too. So if they write in and actually go and mail a letter to us, they'll be rewarded. We're going to have a competition. That'll be really fun. But right now, as we are launching into the season, just know that when you participate and you order or purchase one of Mr. B's books, that you are actually blessing a child somewhere, and we appreciate that. It's a double gift, because one will receive the value and another will receive the value of maybe food or a gift that they would not have had this Christmas season. Thank you and God bless, and contact me if you have any questions or need any more information on how to order and go about it, or the fundraisers. Talk to you later.